Hey you guys, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading. This is for Virgos, Sun, Moon, or Rising, for the weeks of September the 2nd through the 16th, 2019. So, I have already shuffled and cut the cards. Let's go ahead and begin here. I want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I ask that you all please continue to do so. Remember, these are general, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully they do give you some clarity. If you want to book a personal or private reading with me, you can email TemajTarot@gmail.com. Video and email reading payments are collected on Fridays, and yeah, you can just go ahead and email me for that information. And if you want to reach me by phone, I usually post a notification up for when I'm taking phone calls. So make sure you're subscribed so you can get those notifications. All right, so we have the central issue, heart of the matter, is the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Hermit, the Lovers. We have the Three of Wands, Five of Wands, King of Cups, Nine of Cups, Three of Coins. Okay, so I'm getting a couple of different messages right off the bat. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off on the first part. Okay, so you may feel that you have met the love of your life. There is someone that you are deeply connected to and you don't understand what this connection is. It's so intense, so spiritual, so passionate that it is causing you to really do some research on what it could be. You're like, is this a twin flame? Are we soulmates? Like, who is this person? I never felt like this before. So they have activated your spiritual side, and you just really have become so infatuated to the point that you just want to get down to the nitty-gritty and find out what it is. The part that is showing up for me that I was saying, let's just get it out the way. For some of you, you're connecting with someone who's in a committed relationship. You've just intervened their life, or maybe you're the one in a committed relationship, but you met someone that you're like, what is this connection? And so you're trying to figure it out, but you or the other person, this is an indication that one of you guys could be in a relationship. So it's some sort of love triangle or third party situation. You're connecting with someone who's already in an established relationship. And you're trying to figure out, what does this mean? Like, is this part of my journey? Is this part of my destiny? So yeah, that's what I'm getting here off the bat. Now, if that is not the situation, then you are connecting with someone. There's something taboo is what I'm getting about it. You may be making some sort of love connection with someone who is very close to the family, or someone who is like family. So someone who is either like a distant relative or like an in-law. But it's like, ooh, it's forbidden. I'm getting like forbidden, taboo type love situation. But you're so in love with this person. It's like you guys are trying to figure out, where do we go from here? How do we proceed? I know you were meant for me. I know that God wouldn't have just put you in my life for no reason. So we need to figure this out. And I feel like you just don't want to let this person go. You never want to let them go. You just want to hold them close. I'm also getting a situation where you're connecting with someone and you met this person through the same company. Maybe you just started work, or you just started a job. And so this person is like a coworker. Maybe you guys are going off in secret to meet up with each other. Or every time people are around the two of you, they look at you, they look at him, or her and him, and they're wondering like, what's going on? What does this mean? What's going on between you two? So it's like the minute you two come into a room, people can feel your energy. They can feel that something's going on between the two of you, even if you try to cover it up or hide it. I feel that you are going to have a sense of security here. Something makes you feel secure about a connection that you're making. Now, some of you might be saying, well, it's about my money. That's the connection I'm making. Maybe, but this is for general love reading, bi-weekly love reading. So I'm trying to focus on the love situation. Although I do see the possibility of financial security as a possibility too. Let me look at the Ten of Coins, matter of fact, get some more information about that. So it is something secret, it's something hidden. Someone does feel like they're at a crossroad or they're torn. There's something that could be going on at your place of work. If you are self-employed, you are connecting with someone who maybe works in the same circle, or this is a connection, a secret or hidden love connection on social media. So maybe people don't know you're in a relationship. Let's just say you're on an open platform. You're on something like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's an open platform, and people see you guys interacting and joking with one another. But what people don't know is that you are actually committed, or taking the relationship more serious. But it does seem, or I'm sorry, I was still talking about a work-related situation. If you are self-employed, it still seems like you guys are in the same circle. So let's just say both of you guys have YouTube channels. Maybe both of you guys have some sort of online business where people know you, like you're recognized by society, or by the masses some type of way. But whatever it is that you guys have going on, it could be secret. I feel this is also about trusting your intuition in regards to a love connection. Like the two of you have been brought together for a reason. You're being led to a person that makes you happy. I feel like you are really trying to self-examine, or you're trying to look so close or pick the relationship apart. It's like you're trying to pick something apart. And it's like, just go with it. Stop making excuses and just go with it. I'm also seeing a situation where something ended, like you guys stopped talking to one another and tried to continue to focus on your money and focus on your work and focus on just making yourself happy. But I think that's coming to an end. And I do feel like you are being watched, or you are watching someone from a distance. You guys are probably looking at each other because of the lovers. It's a deep love connection. But there was some sort of conflict where you guys didn't want to talk anymore, or you guys are having a hard time opening up. I see someone being very nervous at expressing how they feel. Let me also just kind of look at this Three of Wands, because I think you're also being told to keep an open mind about whatever's going on. And I see distance. I don't know if I said that already, but I see a long distance relationship. Maybe that is something that scares you. You're like, I don't want to fall in love with somebody who's at a distance. What if we never get to see each other? But you're just being asked to trust it, but instead you're fighting against whatever's happening. I also feel like something significant might happen on the 3rd or within 3 days. Maybe even 3 weeks. Could stretch out as far as 3 weeks. But I think 3 or 33, I'm seeing 33 is very important. The number 3, maybe you've been seeing that lately. There also may need to be communication. Sometimes I see repetitive 3s as needing to communicate, or a message being received. or confirmed. Could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but also could be dealing with a Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. Someone is thinking about coming to visit you or trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B. There's distance between you and another person. And I feel like this person wants to come see you or you want to go see them. Someone is definitely admiring you. Someone misses you. If this is a situation where you guys stop talking, they're still waiting for a response, but there is some sort of pride in a way where neither one of you wants to let your guards down, but you're still waiting on each other. You guys are just both mutually waiting on each other. You're not talking. You're still checking each other out. You have not forgotten about them. They have not forgotten about you. But someone needs to step up to the plate and say something or do something. I feel like that's something that will happen only because the Nine of Cups, you're happy and you're smiling about something. And the Three of Coins also looks like you guys are needing to get back to where you left off. So something started and then stopped. Something started, stopped. There's a period of waiting. Maybe you've already been waiting for 3 weeks to hear from someone. Maybe you've been waiting 3 days. Maybe you've been waiting for 3 months. But I do feel like you guys are needing to get back to where you left off. There's some sort of unfinished business and you guys are going to try to hash things out. Ooh, see. Ooh, things getting major the second week or the following week. Okay, so I see a positive and a negative. I do feel like there's going to be a breakdown where whatever you guys have been waiting for, that period of waiting is going to come to an end. And like I said, you guys will be able to talk again. I also see someone leaving, quitting, or getting fired. I don't know what that has to do with your love life. Maybe it doesn't, but I feel like I need to warn you to start looking for something else and to start going on interviews and filling out applications because I do see some sort of sudden job loss. Something just comes clear out of the blue. The only positive that I see as far as a relationship, let's say, like I said earlier, it's a love triangle. You're in love with someone who's already in an established relationship. I think what might be happening is that they decide to leave that person for you. They decide, and only because it's a dead end relationship. I don't feel like that would happen with a relationship that was, you know, going on pretty good. But if the relationship was already on a brink of ending, I do feel that there's a possibility that they would let that person go, or maybe you decide that you want to end the relationship because you found, you know, the love of your life or someone who you just feel strongly connected to. And it makes you realize that you've been holding on to something only for status or only because of security, financial reasons. It's like, but it's dead on the inside. Some of you, if it isn't about leaving, although it really looks like it, I'm sorry. It just looks like leaving. I was going to say, maybe you're just realizing that you need to leave or you're thinking about leaving. It looks like it's going to happen. It's too many. We got death, the Tower, the Eight of Cups. Like, it's too much ending going on. So some of you are realizing that something is a dead end and it's just like, I'm not happy in this relationship. Some of you might be like, it's coming to the realization that you're not happy without the other person. Maybe there has been zero communication. You guys have ghosted each other and it's just been silent and you've been isolated and just kind of trying to make peace with it. And then you realize that you don't want to leave, or you want that person in your life, or you feel like that person is the missing piece of the puzzle and you go off to find them. But there's still, it's a lot of transformative things happening for you guys, in Virgo season. You know, happy birthday, by the way. I do feel that, you know, you guys are going through a lot of different unexpected transformative situations, love and career and your finances. So those of you that study astrology, I guess there's some sort of transits that are activating certain houses in your birth chart. There could be transits that are forcing you to let situations alone that don't serve your highest good anymore. The Tower is coming out and taking you away. It looks like you're being pushed away from a situation. Whatever you are trying to make work is probably just not for you. And the Tower is like, look, you have to let this go, or you have to move on. We're stepping in and taking you out if you don't do it. So there's abrupt endings or changes. If you're trying to hold on to someone that you don't need to hold on to, you're being taken away from that. You also could be in denial about something with the Eight of Swords, or refusing to see something, or feeling like a victim in your situation. You might be feeling stuck or trapped. There's a need for you to change your way of thinking. You might be also holding on to an old way of thinking that needs to be changed before your love life can change or progress. Even if you're single, there's something going on in your life that you need to get rid of something. You're still holding on to your stubborn ideas or beliefs. You're fighting with yourself. And I feel that until you come to some sort of realization here with the Tower, some sort of big aha moment, until you let go of whatever it is you're holding on to, your life is not going to change. You're going to remain trapped or stuck. But let me look at the Tower. If you're in a relationship, you might be expecting somebody to change. You might be saying, oh, well, they're probably going to change, or this and that. And it's like, no, they're not going to change. And you need to realize that. Either stay with them for who they are, or if you can't handle it, get out. And you guys, I think, are the fourth sign to get the Tower. I can't remember the other ones. I know Taurus got the Tower. I think Taurus, Cancer, and Leo got the Tower, I think. I don't know if you're cross-watching. See, the Tower is forcing you to change. With the Wheel, it's like you are clinging on to something. You're clinging on to your old beliefs, or you're clinging on to a dead relationship or dead beliefs. It's time to move on. It's time to change. It's time to evolve. It's time to grow. So whatever is happening in your life the next couple of weeks is for the best. It's like saying you can't escape the wheel of karma. You can't escape your destiny. This is something that has to happen for your progress, and you're going to heal from it with the Temperance here. You're being led, or you're being forced on a path of healing, or a spiritual path, or to a person that you have a spiritual connection to, where you guys are meant to walk together in a spiritual light. So maybe you keep trying to hold on to dead-end relationships that's based off of just finances or physical desires. It's like, no, we have a spiritual companion for you, and you're being aligned with them. We have to clear out your pathway so that this can happen. This person is not allowed to come into your life until everything crumbles and is leveled out. So you may have felt like you've invested a lot of time and energy in a relationship, or a lot of time and energy into a life, but the reason why you're making this new love connection is to clear the way of this new life that's ahead of you. Man. You might realize too that you've been with someone who's just been using you, or you are realizing, if you're in that situation where you were with someone holding on to someone who was in a relationship. I know I was saying that's only for some of you that felt like maybe they could leave that relationship for you, but the other half of you guys, it's about taking you away from that person because they're never leaving whoever they're with. And maybe you're realizing that they're never leaving that relationship. And so something happens where you just kind of snap internally and just let it go for good. For the most part, though, I see the Tower forcing you to let go of something so that this new person can come into your life. And someone has been wounded. Someone is pretending to be a very strong and independent person, man or woman, when they're not. And something about your connection is going to be healing. Something about your energy with this person. You guys are going to be healers for one another. You're going to realize that you are spiritually connected with this person too. There's going to be a strong physical desire, which is the other thing I'm seeing. And I talk about it all the time. But someone is coming to, if you're the one in a relationship, it's like this person is coming off as intense, strong temptation because they need to get your attention. Spirit needs to get your attention so that you'll leave. A lot of times these relationships, that's the only thing that helps us change or evolve is through another person. We lose our minds. You know, you connect with someone who is so intense. The connection is so intense that it changes your whole life. Your life gets flipped upside down. And Spirit is kind of like, sorry, you know, this is the only way we could do it. So usually it's through relationships or some sort of loss that we're forced to change. And, you know, because it's a love reading, I'm not talking about like someone dying on you here, but unless it's already happened before you saw this reading. But that change, that loss has to happen to make room for this new connection. It's time for you possibly to go on some sort of spiritual journey. And maybe help and assist other people that will be coming out of similar situations that you came from. So those are the messages that I'm getting here. Feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings to you.